Now, with only 4 days left to polling day, most are left wondering who will be getting into Putrajaya after November 19th. Sentiment reports from pollsters so far have revealed that no one coalition is expected to be a winning majority. To put this into context, we have with us tonight Dr. Azmi Hassan, Senior Fellow at the Nusantara Academy for Strategic Research. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us.
Thank you, Farhana.
Now, everyone is trying to be a political pundit and predict which coalition will lead the Malaysian government post GE15. Which coalition, in your opinion, is in the lead at the moment?
Yeah, I guess so. There are 4 coalitions that have the intention of forming the federal government, which is the Perikatan, Pakatan, Barisan, and also GTA. But I think looking at the momentum from Melaka and also Johor, most probably, and I think looking at the confidence of certain leaders in Barisan Nasional, well, as you say, I'm not trying to be a political pundit, but just from my gut feeling, Farhana, I think Barisan Nasional is just a little bit far ahead compared to Pakatan Harapan. Pakatan Harapan is close by, but not that close. And Perikatan Nasional is a little bit behind, and the most, I would say, behind is Farhana, is GTA. So whether to be a political pundit or not, I think I have the confidence that Barisan Nasional will be the dominant party come November 20.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the different coalitions here. With regards to the conflicting statement made by past Secretary General Datuk Seri Azmi Hassan and also Bersatu President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin on the possible cooperation with BN post-GE, how will this, you think, affect support towards Perikatan Nasional in the final days of campaigning?
Yeah, the statement by Datuk Takuddin seems very odd because we have only 4 days until polling day. Again, if Takuddin said it is taken out of context, but I think the damage has been done because it shows that PAS still want to court UMNO in this particular case via Mufakat National Strategy. And I think the statement, why Takuddin made that statement, even though taken out of context, is to cool down the past grassroots members that want Mufakat National to be made live again, I guess. So I think part of the strategy of Takuddin is to ensure the past grassroots that cooperation with Barisan Nasional or UMNO is still open. So I guess it's not out of the context, but I guess Takuddin realized that the damage has been done when he said that particular statement, Farhana.
Okay. You mentioned just now that when it comes to all these different coalitions, Barisan Nasional may have the upper hand here. But this is their first political campaign where the president is actually not the prime minister candidate. Do you think this would affect their momentum in courting support?
Yes, it is very difficult when the president of UMNO is not the prime minister. And I think Pakatan Harapan especially used this particular odd situation to demonstrate that the real prime minister choice for Barisan Nasional is Zahid Hamidi. And I think in a way they have succeeded in this particular matter. And this make the president Zahid Hamidi has to come out with a number of statements saying that Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri is the Prime Minister choice for Barisan Nasional. It is very difficult for Barisan Nasional, as you mentioned, Farhana. But again, I think when Khairi Jamaluddin said, in the news before this, when you said that Khairi Jamaluddin will be the Prime Minister in the next 5 to 10 years, I guess it's cooled down this particular gist between Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri and Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Farhana.
Yeah, you mentioned Pakatan Harapan might use this this fact to promote their prime minister candidate as well. But now moving on to Pakatan Harapan, they have been on the offensive for most of the campaign period. Do you think they have done enough to meet their targets this time?
Yeah, I think they have done enough. Even though it's only left 3 days, I think the momentum is that Pakatan Harapan is catching very closely towards Barisan Nasional, except that Barisan Nasional has the leverage that they have the proof that they can be a stable government, they have the experience, and Pakatan Harapan has the stigma, the 22-month stigma. But as you mentioned, Farhana, I think the division or the gap between Pakatan Harapan and Barisan Nasional is really close right now. And the distant third is Perikatan Nasional. Farhana.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dr. Azmi, for your insights. Especially we can use that heading up to GE15. Very close, very nearby. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Farhana.